there, so welcome to day one on your 5-day fitness journey. So come down onto the mat, so gently bringing yourself down, just settling yourself there with your feet and knees hip distance apart, and just close your eyes for a moment. Just allow your shoulders to settle, to relax down, allow the ribs to soften, and just allow the pelvis to sink into the mat. That's lovely. Let's just start by coming into some gentle pelvic tilts. So we've got our feet and knees hip distance apart and the pelvis lying flat, and then as we exhale we're going to just tilt the pelvis so our lower back imprints onto the mat, and inhale and bring the pelvis back into neutral. So just a little bit of movement into the lower back. So we're going to keep the rib cage softened down. We're going to keep drawing the tummy button back towards our spine. And just start to get in touch with the breathing, starting to mobilize into the lower back. Try and do this relaxing your glute muscles and relaxing your legs down. Just making sure there's no tension there. Make sure the shoulders, your neck and your throat and your jaw are relaxed. That's lovely. So we'll exhale into imprint, inhale back into neutral. That's super. And then gently draw the pelvis so it's sitting in neutral, that tiny gap between the lower back and the mat. The pelvis is lying flat and the ribs are softened down. We're going to come into our knee drops here. So you're going to keep one knee still, keep the pelvis still. Inhale and take one knee out to the side. Slide the hip bones together. Exhale, draw the knees back up again. So we inhale, take the other knee out. Exhale and bring it back again. And I want you to focus on making sure that your hips do not rock. So I want you to think about really trying to draw your hip bones together. What we don't want are the hips rocking. Okay. So you might want to just place your hands onto your hip bones. So remember, the more you think about engaging your muscles, the harder you want to work them, the harder they will work. And the more you do work them, the stronger they will start to become. Okay. So keeping the tummy drawn back towards the spine. Remember to breathe. Inhale to take the knee out. Exhale, draw it back up again. That's lovely. Keep pulling that tummy to spine. Let's do one more on either leg. We always want to make sure that we do equal of everything on both sides. That's lovely. From here, we're going to keep the spine in neutral and we're coming into our toe taps. So I want you to float one leg up into tabletop. The knee is sitting over the hip. And then float it back down without putting too much pressure through it. Start to float the other leg up. I want you to really focus on making sure that as you transition from one leg to the other, your pelvis isn't rocking. Okay, so pull that tummy to spine, inhale and exhale. Now, with the breathing, I want you just to make sure that you are breathing. The worst thing you can do is actually hold your breath. So I don't care when you breathe, just make sure you do breathe. Okay, so we want to remember, breathe into the back and sides of the rib cage so we can keep our abdominal muscles connected here. Good. Now what we're going to do next is carry on with these knee floats. But as you float one leg up, I want you to press the other foot down into the mat. But make sure that your pelvis doesn't tip. So we're going to press the foot down, float the other leg up. Can you feel the difference and how the muscles are activating here? Keep the ribs down, keep the tummy to spine. Make sure that the lower back doesn't start to lift too far off the mat. So we're keeping room for that blueberry underneath the spine without squishing it. Okay, let's go. Are you still breathing? Nice deep breaths there. Check in with those shoulders. Make sure they're relaxed down. Let's do one more on either leg. and then just release. Fantastic. Just hug the knees in. Just release into the lower back there, and then we're going to bring our legs into a tabletop position. So take the feet onto the floor. You're going to make sure the pelvis is staying flat, and we're going to float one leg up. Now, what I want you to be aware of is when you lift the other leg, you don't let the back lift, so the ribs don't want to flare. So we're keeping the ribs down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, float the other leg up. So we're keeping the knees sitting over the hips, and we're coming into our single toe taps here. So I want you to make sure that you only take your foot down as far as you can go without your back starting to lift, okay? So if you feel the back starting to lift, the ribs starting to pop, don't take the foot down as far. If it feels too much having both legs up, work on one leg. So take one leg and bring it back up, and then do equal amount on the other leg as well, okay? So always start at the level you feel ready for now. You can always build it up. Now, if you're staying in neutral, you should already start to feel that these abdominal muscles are now really having to work here. Okay, fantastic. Keep breathing. That's it. Inhale, exhale. Tummies to spine. The ribs are staying down. Fantastic job. Okay, shall we do 4 more? And 3. Good. And 2. Can you feel those core muscles working? And 1 more. And then again, just have a little hug in of those knees. Fabulous. So we're going to keep the legs in tabletop. Remember, you can always have one foot on the mat and just work on one side to start with if it feels too much here. And we're going to go into imprint. So we're scooping out those abdominals, tipping the pelvis, so the lower back is now on the mat. So all the back now, all the spine is on the mat. Shoulders are relaxed down, and we're coming into single leg extensions. We're going to extend one leg, bring it back again, extend the other leg, bring it back. Can you notice that your back naturally wants to lift as you extend the leg? So I want you to fight that urge. If you feel that it's too much taking the leg this height from the floor, take it higher up. Start higher up, okay? You can always work. Once the legs are strong, the abdominals are strong, you can take the legs lower down. So we're keeping those ribs down. We're keeping that tummy to spine. We're making sure the shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw the knee back. Inhale and exhale. Good. Fantastic. You're doing so well. Good job. Let's just do a couple more. And then again, just bringing the knees into the chest. Have a little rock. Have a little massage there. Fabulous. Let's place the feet back down onto the floor. We're going to take the arms, and I want you to have the palms facing in. And still with the spine now in neutral, the ribs soften down, the tummy to spine. I want you to reach your fingertips up to the ceiling so your shoulder blades lift off the mat. So you're rounding the shoulders forward. As you exhale, I want you to sink your shoulder blades back down onto the mat. So we're keeping the ribs softened down, tummy to spine. Let's inhale, reach the fingertips up, and exhale as we sink them back down again. Let's go again. Inhale and exhale. So sinking those shoulders down. Now I want you to keep the shoulder blades on the floor now. And without the rib cage moving, can you come into a scissor action with your arms? Now you only want to ever work within a range of movement that feels comfortable in your shoulders. And I want you to make sure that your shoulders are not lifting up to the ears. So what we don't want are the ribs lifting. Okay, we want to keep the shoulders down. We're keeping the ribs softened down. Can you feel the connection between your hip bones and your rib cage? Keep pulling that tummy to spine. Let's progress this on a little bit further. Okay, so we're going to do both arms. So we're sinking those shoulder blades down. Inhale as you take the arms over. Remember, we do not want the ribs to lift. Exhale, bring the arms back. Let's inhale, take them over, keep the shoulder blades down. Exhale and draw them back. Let's do a couple more. Inhale and exhale. Fantastic. And again, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to pop our heel slides and our arms together. So we're going to extend opposite arm and leg, and then draw the arm back, the leg back. Let's inhale, extend, opposite arm and leg, exhale, draw it back. So we're going to keep pulling the tummy to spine. We're keeping the ribs softened down. We're making sure that as we transition from one side to the other, that the pelvis isn't rocking here. So the heel just glides along the surface of your mat. You're pulling that tummy to spine and you're remembering to breathe. So we're inhale, extend, exhale, draw it back again. Fantastic. Hopefully you're feeling those abdominals work, making sure that the back of the rib cage is not lifting off the mat. Lovely. Good. Let's do one more on either side. Fabulous. And then bringing the knees back. That's lovely. So we're going to now take the hands behind our head and press the elbows back. We're going to do a little crunch here. So the thing about this is I want you to make sure that you're not just tipping your head forward. I want you to keep pushing the back of your head into your hands and keep the elbows wide. I also want you to make sure that your pelvis stays flat. We're softening the rib cage down. The chin's gently nodded in. Take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, just peel off your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Okay, so now we're looking straight in front, but the pelvis is flat. We're not tilting it. I want you to make sure you're not sticking your tummy button out. I want you to pull the tummy button back and feel like you're sliding your rib cage down towards your hip bones. And then we're coming back down again. So we're not going to arch the back as we come back down. We're keeping those ribs softened down. So we're exhaling, drawing ourselves up. Feel like you're sliding the ribs down towards the hips. Inhale and down. Exhale, up. Good. Inhale, down. Keep the pelvis still. Keep the back of the head pressed into the hands. Make sure the elbows are wide. Lovely. Good. Keep breathing there. So let's go 5 more. 4 and 3. Keep pulling that tummy to spine. I want you to make sure you're not allowing your tummy button to pop. And hold it here for me. Can you lift a little bit higher? Go for tiny little pulses if you can. I want you to feel like you're sliding your rib cage down towards your hip bones. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Lengthen out, lower back down. Keep your right hand behind your head and take the left arm out to the side. Press the back of that left arm into the floor. We're going to keep those ribs down, tummy to spine. Now I want you to draw your right shoulder to your left knee. So you're drawing the right shoulder blade off the floor and then drawing it back down. Again, we exhale as we come across. We're working our oblique muscles, the ones down the sides. Inhale, come back down. Can you make sure that you keep your hips level? So as we come across, we're not letting the pelvis tilt. Keep pressing that left shoulder blade down into the floor, keeping that tummy to spine. Keep breathing. Please don't hold your breath. There we go. Now again, keep checking in with that tummy button. Are you pulling it back towards your spine? All right, remember we don't want it popping out. We want it pulled back. Fabulous. Good job there. Keep that elbow pressed back. Lead with the shoulder rather than the elbow. Let's go 5 and 4 for 3. Good. 2. We're going to hold it up there on 1. Hold it there. And can you bring that shoulder up and across a tiny bit more? Really feeling those muscles shortening down here. And bring it all the way back down. Let's come on to the other side. Left hand behind the head, right shoulder blade anchored on the floor. Ribs down, tummy to spine. The pelvis is level. We're coming up and across. So it's that lovely diagonal movement that we're looking for here. Keeping those hips really still. Keep pulling the tummy button back towards your spine. Ooh, keep breathing. So exhale as you come across. Watch those hips and not tipping. Good, fantastic. Keeping the ribs softened down, keep the tummy to spine. Fabulous. Not very good at counting here. Let's do 5 more. And 4. For 3. Good. And 2. Let's hold it up there on 1. Hold it there. That's super. And let's see if we can just take it a little bit further. And release and bring it all the way back. Just have a little stretch out here. Reach away with the legs, with the arms. Just allow those ribs to lift. Have a beautiful stretch there. Nice deep breaths. And you can reach away now with your right arm and your left leg. So we're getting into all that fascia, into that interconnective tissue, really reaching away. And release left arm and right leg. Just reach them away. Get that good stretch in there. Fantastic. And then we're going to just hug the left knee in, extend that right leg out. Fantastic. Just do some ankle rotations with your left ankle. Really extend that right leg away. Make sure the back's not arching off the mat, so we're keeping that back down. Place that left foot just above the right knee and bring it over and just get a nice stretch into the back here. Keep the left shoulder blade on the floor. That's lovely. And just relax into that. So you're using the right hand to gently draw that left knee over, feeling that really nice stretch into the back and into the hips there. And let's draw it back up again. So let's bring the right knee in, hug it in, extend that left leg out, do some ankle rotations. Can you just make sure your shoulders aren't all tensed up, so relax them down there. And then place that right foot just above the left knee. We're going to bring the knee over with the left hand, keep the right shoulder blade on the floor. You can look down the length of the right arm, just relaxing into it. Feeling that lovely stretch there. And then gently draw it back up again. Fantastic. So either roll onto your side or scoop out your abs, bring yourselves all the way back up. And there you are. You're done day 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you on the mat for day 2. See you then.